And so my cousin's outside, the black dudes are walking by and they're thinking about going into the establishment. She's talking about stuff. Don't go in there. They jipping people, don't go in there. So the dude the redhead try to get buck with her.
The truth.
Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am Borg Magnificent and so are you. So what we're doing right now is I'm going over my Colombia vlog. That was my second time in Colombia. If you have not watched, you can go ahead and watch it. So I just wanted to give some breakdowns of my experience, some do's and don'ts for my second time going, and just some things, you know, just overall about the trip. So if you want to hear about that, keep on watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Click that like button. Click it. It's $3.99 to click the button. All right, and let's get started. So, my lovelies, I just want to say a round of applause to my lovely cousin, because she's the reason that you guys got really any of that footage, if I'm being honest, because I just was going there to have a good time. You know, I didn't want to be stressed out with the life of being a vlogger and getting good shots or whatever. But luckily she was there to the rescue and got the videos. So got to Colombia, a smooth flight. Everything was good. I would recommend an Uber. You don't need a driver. My first time going, I had a driver. My second time around, I just Ubered everywhere. It's convenient. It's really, really well regulated within the country. And it's kind of cheap. Like, Uber's so well regulated that the taxi cabs on, I forgot what day. It was the day we went to Comuna 13. Apparently there was a whole protest from the taxi companies trying to boycott and protest Uber. Kind of like the same thing they did in New York when Uber first kind of came out there. So it's kind of like Colombia's having their version of it. If you're not familiar, I would just say take your Uber. You know, it's all digitalized evidence of your location, where you are, where you're being picked up from, where you're being dropped off. So I feel like Uber is kind of like a safe bet. Got there, chilled, hung out. Where I was located, it was around the Provenza. I'll try to actually include the word, but there's so many restaurants, so many nightclubs, just so much to do. Like when you get to Colombia, granted I had like an itinerary because the person I was going with likes to have itineraries. So, you know, me being the head in charge of said vacances, and I decided to go ahead and, you know, since she's usually the planner, so I tried to be the planner. But literally, like, your first day, maybe even first 2 days, you don't even got to, like, if you're around there, if your hotel is in the La Provenza area, you don't need to go nowhere. Everything's in walking distance. You can walk, you get your steps in for sure, because them hills ain't no joke. But it's also, everything is so convenient. There's markets, you can get water, you know, if you're staying in an Airbnb or a hotel or whatever you want, everything is right around the corner, okay? There is fun and action right around the corner. You don't need to, you know, really travel anywhere. Throughout, like within New York or LA or whatever the case may be, there's always going to be people performing. There's always going to be people trying to sell something, trying to hawk off something. There's always going to be beggars and just all types of people who are looking to make a little bit of change. And if you look American, they're trying to make a little bit of change from you. So, as you can see in this clip where I am dancing and having a good time, because I was just trying to take a picture in front of the sign, right? They the ones who wanted to start performing, and you know, me being the little musical girl that I am, I'm going to dance. I love dancing, so I'm going to dance. So I jammed out, and immediately after, they were like, well, so where's the money? And I said, okay, you played the music. I just danced to the music. You don't get to You don't get to ask me for a tip after that, you know, if I wanted to tip you out the good graces. But you was already playing. It ain't like I asked you to play. I ain't make no requests, you know. So Mimkey did that you wanted to go ahead and play music. So I took advantage of it. And I enjoyed myself. So yes, do not dance to the free music that a band is playing outside in the courtyard or wherever. Cause they do want some ends. And if you ain't got no ends, or if you don't want to give them no ends, don't dance to the music, unfortunately. You gotta be strong. There's plenty of clubs that are gonna be playing music that you can dance outside. Next, that same very night, day one, I got scammed out of like $100. So, story time for that, because there's a couple story times within this here vacation. So, you know, we're walking around, and like I said, there are a ton of clubs, and there are promoters everywhere. These clubs got immaculate street teams, because the way these people will bother you and harass you to go into these bars and into these clubs, they deserve promotions, right? So we got invited to this one place. There was nobody in there, but it was early. Like, it probably was 8 o'clock, and so, you know, nobody's really in there. And so, you know, me and my cousin, we're dancing, we're having a good time. I'm dancing to music I don't even like. Over here shaking my booty to Sexy Red, who I think is a god-awful rapper. But you know, when in Colombia, have a good time. So we decided to get some shots. I think we got 2 shots and 1 thing of juice. So I think we had 2 glasses of juice between us, instead of, I don't think we had 2 per. I think we had 2 shots per, and then 1 glass of juice, that's like a little chaser, per. And so time to go. Like I said, I had a great time. You know, we dancing, you know, the DJ is pretty good. He's taking requests, having a great time. Time to go. They bring the check. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to do the conversion in my mind. I'm like, oh, this is cheap. We finna have a good old time, because all this stuff is hella cheap. The guy is like, I think I want to use my credit card. And he's like, well, I think I had American cash. Why did I not want to use my Colombian pesos? I think, I'm trying to remember, but oh no, I hadn't gone to, that's what it was. I had not gone to exchange anything, because you do not want to exchange your money at the airport. They will charge you arm and a leg. So I would go, either you could go to the mall. Eventually we ended up finding this grocery store that did good exchanges, and their rate was kind of cheaper, but I think the rates slightly fluctuate by a couple cents on the day-to-day basis. So, you know, $1, you might, I can't remember the conversions, but let's say, for instance, like $1 US will get you $3.13 in Colombian dollars, and then the next day might be $3.16, or the next day, you know, so you might get a little more or a little less depending upon the day, and definitely depending on where you go. Like I said, avoid changing your money at the airport. So I hadn't changed my money yet, so all I had was American money and my credit card. Either way, they were going to charge a convenience fee, because they have to do the money exchange themselves, which is going to cost them, and then the credit card fee. So I understand there's going to be a slight fee. I think the man said like I don't remember what the percentage was, but it was a very small percentage. I checked my account the next day. Petits Timon, tell me why for 4 shots it was $116. For 4 shots and 2 things of juice, $116. Hey, I tried to go back the next day, but they were closed. And by the time they're open, I was just like, it is what it is. Unfortunately, because I didn't have my paper receipt. I didn't know where my paper receipt was. And after that, I held on to all my receipts after that, just to verify what my bank said and everything like that. So, and that's not the only time I got scammed. You would think I learned, and that would have been the first and last time I got scammed at a club. 'Twas not. But it is what it is. Let's continue with the story. So yeah, so the next day we go to the mall, have a lovely breakfast at the mall. I'll try to insert some pictures of what we ate. The breakfast over there, I ate more American style breakfast than I did Colombian style breakfast. I did have some of the Colombian national dishes and things like that. It's cool. It wasn't, I don't think the restaurants where I got the authentic Colombian food may not have been the best. You know, it's like not every Chinese restaurant you're gonna go to, even if you're in China, is going to be the best. You know, not every hamburger restaurant in America is going to be great. So on and so forth. So I'm not gonna say Colombian food ain't all that. I'm just gonna say the places that I went to. It wasn't all that, you know. I just accept. Okay, so there is called arepa chocolo, something like that. I think that's how you pronounce it. Girl, guy, petite, femme, garçon, gamoon, whoever. Bussin'. I tried it one time in America, not bussin'. Since I've been back, it was in. But in Colombia, the arepa chocolo, bussin', okay? So it's a sweet corn arepa, because arepas either come in with the sweet corn meal or the not so sweet corn meal. So this is like the Swedish corn meal, just gently sweet. And then there's, I guess, their version of mozzarella cheese. And it's griddles with butter, and there's like a whole bunch of cheese in between. And then you can put, which I highly recommend, sweetened condensed milk on it. Now, children, let me tell you, my stomach does not tolerate dairy well at all, okay? I ate that so much. I think after we discovered it, I ate it every day. Whose stomach did not get jacked up? That means there's something to tell you that there's something in this American food. Because when I tell you I was eating that leche and cheese and everything every day. After I discovered the only thing, and I ate meat, I had beans, I had the whole shebang. The only thing and the only time my stomach was even remotely jacked while in Colombia is when I ate their version of Domino's. And of course, Domino's is what jacked me up, because at the end of the day, it's still American. So, but that's neither here nor there. I digress. Then we went to Comuna 13. Comuna 13 was a blast. We took an Uber out there. It took so long to get there. It was supposed to be from where we were maybe like a 25-minute ride. It took over an hour and some change to get there. And that's because, unfortunately, not unfortunately, you know, more power to the people, you feel me? The taxi drivers were protesting the Uber. So it took forever and a half in the Uber to get to the destination. And so much beautiful art is everywhere. It's like graffiti everywhere. You can do two different versions. I did not decide to do the tour. The tour comes with a lot of historical backgrounds, which is very, very interesting. You know, the story is a sad one. It's an inspiring one. It's a crazy what was going on in Colombia in the, 90s, early 2000s, 80s, even that. But, that area used to be super violent and whatnot, but now it's super vibrant, super colorful. There's vendors everywhere. You will not go hungry. Street vendors. That's where I got the arepa chocolo, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And I have to tell mommy that thing was delicioso. You got to break out a little Spanish where you can. And yeah, so it was a great, great time. I didn't leave. We probably didn't get there until like 2 o'clock or something like that. And then we probably left at like 7. So there's a lot of walking, there's a lot of hills, but there's so much to see. We saw these break dancers dancing. There's like entertainment. There's football, or there's soccer field. There's bars. There's clothing stores. You can get souvenirs. You name it. That area has it. Great time. I definitely would recommend that you go. Even like I said, even if you're not like a history buff or anything like that, because I didn't take the actual or pay for a history tour. Just went, explored by ourselves, had an amazing time. And then checked out Cafe Noir. Again, this is the first time I actually went at night. It's super cute at night. Got their cheese board. It was good, it was good. Not my favorite cheese board, but it's hard to be like top listed on my favorite cheese board. But the drinks are good. All the natural juices are amazing anywhere in Colombia. Every time I got pineapple juice, it was busting. That fresh orange juice, busting. Like, food down there for certain things, bussin'. So the next day went to the botanical gardens, which is Jardin Botanico. It was beautiful. If you're not into botanical gardens, because you're gonna get what you normally get, you know. You're gonna see some flowers, you're gonna see some exotic trees. We saw mango trees, there was a whole bunch of fruit trees. But yeah, so went to the botanical garden. Had a decent time there. Just something to do. Got another arepa chocolate because there's a lady outside of that joint selling them. And I got another one. And then we went to the Parque Explora Park, which has 4 different sections. It has an aquarium. It has a music type of thing. It has weird visuals. And then there's another one. I'm trying to remember what the last one was. But yeah, there's like 4 different sections, 4 houses or whatever that you can check out. They're all huge, fun, cool things to look at, cool activities to do that you can play around with. Everything is family friendly, it's adult friendly. Yeah, definitely had a good time there. I would definitely recommend going there. It was a great time. You can spend a lot of time there. It rained on us afterwards, and so we had to get an Uber, and it was a lot, but still had a really good time. Definitely, maybe not the Parque Explora if you're not into like nature and just being around nature and things like that, but the Parque Explora was a great time, and I definitely would recommend people go. Finally got my Kennep. Finally, I got the Kennep to the Parque Explora. There was a vendor outside there selling a whole bunch of different things, but they also had the Kennep, aka Mamoncillo, right? So was very happy about that, because beforehand, as I said in the video, if we find a Kennep tree, we climbing it.
Listen, we're trying to get us some Mamoncillo.
Mamoncillo.
But we can't find no damn Mamoncillo.
Everybody keeps saying right around the corner.
Right around the corner, we can't find a damn vendor. So we know we saw it because it was a trail.
Yes.
On the floor.
A trail of evidence. We were walking the streets and we saw the shells and the seeds on the floor. This is before, you know, I think this is like day 1 or day 2. And I'm like, ooh, where is this? So we're asking we're going to all the supermarkets. Do you have this? No, there's a man down the street that sells it. Okay. We keep walking. We went to Comuna 13. We were asking, I was like, oh yeah, there's this guy who sells it over there down the street, around the corner. We're like, okay. Every time I'm like, where is this man who's supposed to be around the corner? Where is this vendor? Where is this mystery man who has a delectable Kennep that I would like to indulge in? Finally found it, day 4 or 5 or wherever day it was that we ended up going to the Parque Explora. Had a great time. So let me tell you about the penultimate moment. So me and my cousin, we had a great day. It's time to go to dinner. We picked this like really nice restaurant, but we finished eating, but it's too soon to go home. So we're like, okay, let's chill, let's hang out. We're walking by all these clubs and stuff like that, and people were trying to invite us in. I'm like, nah. Cause I'm still like kind of like not forgetting what happened day 1. So this one guy, he convinces us to go in. He's like, there, you're gonna give you a free drink. I said, all right, cool. I'm like, are you sure this is free? He said, yes. I said, all right, cool. We go inside. We're having a good time. They give us this like watered down slushy joint. They ain't really got no liquor in it, but it's cool, whatever. It's a beverage. We're having a good time. We're dancing. My cousin, she decides that, you know, hey, let's do a shot. Now I'm still kind of thinking that we shouldn't be drinking, because the last time we drunk anything, my bank account got scammed. So they give us a actual menu. It's an electronic menu. Actually, no, I scanned the QR code, so I'm on my phone. I go to where the shots are. I have the translation and the calculator. I have everything going. So I know exactly how much this is supposed to cost me in American dollars. So I hold my phone towards the waitress and I tell her, this is the beverage that I would like. I point to the cheapest thing on the menu. Okay, the cheapest beverage. She asked me, do I want tequila or some other word? It's a G word. I've never heard it before. I'm assuming it's a Spanish word. So I say tequila, right? She brings me 2 shots. Now, mind you, once again, I point at what I want. So I'm thinking her asking me this question now is she's asking me, like, I guess there's some subcategory and she just wants some clarification. You know, like if it's like, you know, reposado or blanco or whatever it's gonna be, that's what I'm thinking that she's kind of asking me. So I'm like, tequila, because that's what I showed you, it was tequila. She brings me the 2 shots, you know, we're good, time to go. She brings me the check. She don't even bring me the check. Let me not lie, she don't even bring me the check. She pulls out her phone and pulls out the calculator on her phone to do her calculations and shows me what she's done calculated. So I'm trying to remember what was the conversion, because she was trying to charge me, I think it was like 125 of their dollars, which turned out to be like 60 something dollars US. Not what I was supposed to be paying. And so at first I'm like, I ain't even got that, because like I said, I got cash. I ain't trying to pull out my card so y'all can like bend me over, no Vaseline up in here. And so I'm like, I ain't got that. Well, she's like, well, just give me what you have, right? And at first I'm like, okay. But then I could get to thinking about it. So I handed her the money. And I'm about to leave, but I was like, no, I want my receipt. I want my receipt, because what I showed you versus what you are charging me can't be the same thing, because I know I pointed to you. It couldn't be no mistaken translation, because you don't speak no English. Because I pointed to you on your menu what I wanted. So if there's any fugaziness going on, it's on your part. So she's trying to be like cute, but it ain't cute. And as the night progressed, I realized that she was the real problem. Even though she wasn't the person I was mad at the most, she was the real problem. So I'm like, let me see my receipt. Me and my cousin are having the darnest time trying to find out what it is that she actually gave me. She gave us, I guess, the quote-unquote house liquor, which was the most expensive shot, which is not even on the shot menu that I was on. You have to go to a completely different side of the website, completely different side of the menu to see that. It was not anywhere near the shot category that I saw. So she's trying to be cute. I'm like, oh, no, it was a misunderstanding. You know, I didn't understand you. You didn't really understand me when I was asking you for qualifications. It was just a mistake. It's just a mistake, but you're not giving me my money back, because I want my money back now at this point. Because you were trying me, because I was ultra specific. I didn't just say, give me a shot of tequila. I said, give me a shot of this tequila. And you decided to bring me the most expensive shot that you guys have, even though I pointed at the cheapest. So now I'm talking to a manager, right? And Also now, because my cousin was kind of like, cool, it is what it is. And then she kind of like pieced it together when she finally got to the menu and find out what she actually gave us. Now she hot. And I am still trying to be the calm one to try to figure out a solution that you can either give me my money back, because I handed you cash. So it's not as though you have to reverse some credit card charge. I handed you cash. You can hand me cash back. So they acting like they can't help me. I'm trying to calm the situation down because I said my cousin hi. But I ain't leaving until I get what's mine.
That nigga gonna pay what he owe.
We're describing to this one guy who's actually kind of listening, and he even says out of his own mouth, oh, that's kind of wrong, right? That's wrong that they did you like that, because he works there. So he's actually trying to help us get a solution, right? Then the guy who actually got us in there in the first place, because he doesn't speak English himself, he's talking, he's trying to explain something. Now, whether you speak English or not, if you are trying to communicate with me, I'm going to give you my all. I'm going to give you my full attention. I'm trying to piece together whatever I learned from television and Univision and Telemundo. That's what I meant to say. Whatever I learned from Telemundo and Univision and the novellas that I used to watch, I'm going to try to piece together whatever Duolingo that I quit week 3 of, right? To understand what you're saying. So I'm listening intently, right? The girl who's a scammer, the original scammer, she's trying to tell him that, oh, I don't, we don't speak Spanish. And so as he's talking, I see him gesture towards his penis, towards his peen. I don't know what YouTube allows you to say. He gestured toward his peen. Kind of like suck my dick vibes. Children. I snapped. Cause one thing, if you don't know my name, you know my name. Now, one thing Jessica don't do is disrespect. I don't take it well. I don't handle it well, apparently. Cause in my right mind, I know a woman, unless you have to, you should not put your hands on a man. No matter if that man is smaller than you or not. Because he's still full of testosterone and biologically has an advantage over you. And all he has to do is catch you right one time. And I'm not a fighter. I don't think I'm a fighter. I never classify myself as a fighter. However, that particular day, you want to gesture at that to me? Tell me to do what? All I know is before I could stop myself, hand to his face, I mushed the hell out of that man. And the devil got a hold of my tongue, because I only cuss when I'm pissed. And I was pissed. Luckily, the man that we were talking to when we stepped out of the club initially, who was being helpful, luckily he was there, because he yoked the man up and got him away from me. Because I promise you, I would have been in these Colombian streets fighting a grown-ass man with the cops 2 stores down. Because I wasn't thinking no more. Like, you think you're poised, you think you're demure, you think you're cutesy. Because I was giving cute that day and everything. You think all of that. And then boom, the cycle just jumps out. The person with no logic, the person with no real self-awareness of what could go wrong and consequences and things of that nature, that person is gone, okay? All this person now sees is you must put an end to the disrespect. Because who you trying? I would have been scrapping a grown man. I don't know if I would have won that fight or lost the fight, because like I said, he a man. Even though he was small, he's still a man who has testosterone. But who would have been scrapping? Who People would have been scrapping in Colombia. C'est moi, parce que. You got the wrong one today. So yes, luckily he pulled the man out of the way. So he comes back, he's trying to rationalize with us. The manager comes around and I'm like, hey, I just want my money back. They're like, I can't give you my money back. I say, so how can you compensate me? Because I'm not leaving with being overcharged and that's it.
That nigga gonna pay what he owe.
They're like, okay, we can get you some more drinks. I said, all right. The next shot that I get, because you only offer me one apiece, one for me and one for my cousin, I want top shelf quality liquor because whatever y'all gave me was not no top shelf. The most expensive shot y'all gave me was probably that house well liquor, bottom shelf type stuff that y'all are overcharging for because it did not go down smooth. So I'm like, okay, I want some Don Julio. I want some, what's it, 1842, whatever the number is, whatever year of our Lord that Don Julio was made, okay, that's what I want. So they're like, because at first he's like, I think, because it's yet another guy, the guy who's actually being helpful, and the managers do not walk us in to get taken care of. Another guy who's this redhead, he takes us in to get taken care of. And I think the first shot that I asked for, he tries to shoot down. Then I asked for the Don Julio. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, okay, I get the Don Julio. So I take my shot. My cousin takes her shot. I'm ready to go. I don't want to be in this spot no more. I'm not feeling the vibes. I just wanted to get what I got. So as I'm trying to walk out, and this redhead is trying to stop me. And he's just like, you have to pay. Okay? You have to pay. I'm like, sir, the reason I am in here is because you gypped me on the first one. So this is my reimbursement. He like, no, you have to pay, you have to pay, you have to pay. I sit down, I said, I'm not paying for nothing. I'm not paying for nothing. And so then I try to walk out to find the people who told me that I could do this in the first place. He cuts me off. He's like, you need to give me your cell phone. You're not walking out here. You gotta give me your cell phone. I'm not giving you jack squat, sir. You're not getting my cell phone. You're not getting my ID. You're not getting nothing. Nothing from me. Okay, you already gypped me and now you're like, I was like, you saw it because he wasn't there the whole time, but you saw me outside arguing. Why would I come back and pay for more when I was already arguing that y'all gypped me in the first place? Kisa sabe. Okay? What sense does that make that after I argue that I will come back into your establishment to pay for some more things? Are you crazy? So yeah, so there's that part, right? So I'm in here arguing with this man. I'm outside at this point arguing with this man because I can't find the people who were helping us. And this dude is in my face, right? And so my cousin's outside, the black dudes are walking by and they're thinking about going into the establishment. She's talking about stuff. Don't go in there. They gypping people. Don't go in there. So the dude tries to get a buck with her. Trying to point in her face, trying to put his finger in her face saying, you know, oh, don't mess up our business. Don't mess up our business. And I'm like, sir, you need to get your hand out her face. Cause there's police there. I don't want to go to no Colombian jail. And I know me being the American and me being as I am, it's going to be an issue. I'm like, get your hand out her face, get your hand out her face. Finally, the manager comes back around. And I'm like, did you not say that you would give us 2 free shots to reimburse us for what happened? And he says, yes. And I look at this man, and once again, the devil gets a hold of my tongue. Lucifer was loose with these lips on that day. Cause I cussed him smooth the hell out before I stomped away. Cause y'all got me up. You got me messed up. You got me messed up. I went home and wrote the most scathing review. Scathing. Okay. Horrible, horrible. It was called Coyote something. Never go. I don't care. And what was crazy is when I was looking at the reviews that was already there. Here is my #1 tip. Take them reviews to heart. look before you step into place. I don't care what the promoter talking about. Take your phone out, spend the 2 minutes or however much time it is to look at the reviews of the place. Because had we done that, I would have never stepped foot in there. They got like a 1 point something as their review. And what's crazy is a lot of their reviews was coming from Spanish people who spoke Spanish who still got gypped. So I'm thinking, oh, they try to get us because we American, and we don't know no better. So that's why they gypping us. No, they gypping their own people. They're gypping other people. Like if you ain't from Colombia, if you ain't from, not even from Colombia, if you ain't from Medellin and be around there for real, you're gonna get gypped. If you don't pay attention. If you don't pay attention, if you let these promoters tell you, oh, something for free, and if you don't like hog them down for real to know what exactly is for free, what they're gonna try to charge you for, you got to know, you got to talk. Cause they will be nice, especially like so that girl was the true villain because she knew what she was doing and she was the initial problem. Had she never played in our face like that, none of the other stuff would have went down. So her, and that's how to get you, and she's trying to be cute and like, oh, let's dance together, and oh, let's have fun. You're the main villain. You try to act sweet like none of this was your fault. So yes, that's the end of my story time. Overall, I would definitely go back to Colombia. Colombia is a good time. I feel like a lot of the locals, unfortunately, are kind of tired of some tourists, particularly the male tourists, if I'm being honest, because of sex tourism and the passport bros and all that type of stuff are ruining the game. And a lot of the locals are tired. A lot of the locals are tired, but if you come there, you don't be too loud, you don't be too obnoxious, you just vibe, you just be you. You don't try to look too touristy. You be good. You go there, have a good time, pay your money. Just know what you're paying for. Okay? If you can drink at home and not drink at these bars, cool. Unless you just balling out of control and don't care if you get got. Pay close attention before they bring you something. And see, I thought I was being as specific as I could to not get got again, but who still got I? So I want to tell you to do your due diligence in these clubs. I didn't never got at any of the restaurants. Like I said, the restaurants are cool beans. Never had any problem at any of the restaurants, from the high class restaurants to like the low key mom and pop, joints to the vendors. Nothing like that. They are real upfront. People are so cool and so kind and things like that. Them clubs and them bars and them touristy areas, be careful. But I believe that's really all. Oh yeah, I also went to Guatape. I forgot all about the Guatape trip. So went to Guatape again. And that is the last time I will go to Guatape. So Guatape, there's a city tour, but the main point of people going to Guatape is to climb the rock. The rock is 750 steps, high ass elevation. That is the day I got sunburnt. Being in that sun, thinking that, oh no, I don't got to put the sunscreen on today. Pure sun, no clouds. Burnt, okay? So put your sunscreen on if you know you got sensitive skin. It's a workout. It's a workout. We stopped many times. Going up the same way I stopped many times going up the first time. Went on a boat tour. It was a different boat tour from the first time. Now I ain't gonna lie. It was pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. Cons, it was the longest walk. So make sure comfortable, safe shoes if you decide to go. Well, you won't even know because they don't even tell you that part on the thing. You want to wear comfortable shoes regardless to walk up the damn to walk up the rock. But like you could wear sandals and not like the greatest shoes to walk up there, but On the way to the boat tour, I was very glad that I wore sneakers because we were walking through like sandy rock, like uneven things, and it was just, if you weren't wearing the right footwear, I felt bad for you because who would have known that we were be trucking to get to this damn boat? Because I ain't gonna lie, the first time, like I said, I was a little bougie. I got the private tour. In the private tour, you just walk off the sidewalk onto the dock. Now I ain't gonna lie, that particular dock was like a little rickety. But then you just got to the boat. This one, me trying to be a little cost efficient. It was a trek. It was a voyage, okay? Y'all could have gave me manna from heaven the way I had to walk to that damn boat. So we get to the boat, but there is live entertainment on the boat, which is a pro. The guy did a really, really good job. Here's a little clip.
México, México. A ver, nada más vienen dos mexicanos. Para México los invito por su gente que está en pila, pa' que tomen el mezcal, la corona y el tequila, pa' que canten con Vicente que abría los corazones y los mexicanos dicen ¡Viva México! Cabrones.
But yeah, the guy did a really, really good job. He went through everybody, kind of like learned where you're from, had like a little sing-song dance, not dance, but sing-song about where you're from. Obviously it was in Spanish. I enjoyed that part. They played music. I think they had, did they have beverages? I think we had the option to get beverages if you want. I think they had like beers and wines and like juices and sodas and things like that. But another con was there wasn't really much to see. So whereas the first tour that I took, where we saw Pablo Escobar's house, there was like a lot of mansions and a lot of different houses. Whereas this tour, it was just forests and plants, and which isn't bad, but it just wasn't like exciting. Either way, it was still good. I just picked a different tour completely different tour than what I went on the first time. I thought that I was going on the same tour, just not private. It didn't turn out to be. But I enjoyed myself regardless. So just make sure that if you do decide to do the boat tour, the Guatape tour, if you do want to see Pablo Escobar's house, in the old abandoned city and where they flooded the city and the replica of that old city and all that type of stuff, you have to go on a specific tour. So just be on the lookout for that if you guys do decide to do anything like that. But then yeah, overall, like I said, great time. But that is the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, subscribe if you have not already. Press that like button if you did not already. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know if you've been to Colombia. Let me know your thoughts on Colombia. Did I say anything that resonated with you that you like, girl, that's true, or girl, that's gonna help me, or whatever? Go ahead and click that notification bell so you get notified each and every time I post a new video. With that being said, deuces.